Many thanks for staying with me. Of course, this is still Politics HQ. Now, sensitive materials, including ballot papers and result sheets, arrived in Edo State on Wednesday via Benin Airport and were transported to secure storage facilities under tight security. This comes as the 17 political parties participating in the poll are stated to end their campaign today. This election will be keenly contested. Of the 17 candidates on the ballot, the three frontline runners are Senator Monday Okpebolo of the All Progressives Congress, the APC, Mr. Asuego Dalo of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and Mr. Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, LP. However, issues around security and fears of rigging still lingers. Many fear an escalation into violence, even though some of these issues have been recently addressed. Now, what will be the fate of the people of Edo State this weekend? The big question. Well, joining me virtually to share insights on today's issue is Osilama Okuofu, is the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning at Edo State, and also Desmond Ugbo, a media coordinator at Edo APC campaign, who is also joining me virtually from Edo State. We also have our correspondent, Amadine Uyi, who is live in Edo State to give us update on what exactly is happening right now. I'll be starting off with Amadine. Amadine, great to have you join us. Now, can you just quickly bring us up to speed? What is the latest?
Okay, as of today, we know that the Nigeria Independent Electoral Commission began distributing non-sensitive materials to the different local. They are hoping that those materials will get to the different local government areas of the state. Remember that Edo is a fairly large state. It has a riverine in the Ovia Southwest area and also has a large portion of the state is mainly upland. So INEC will be hoping that those materials can get to these local government areas ahead of the upcoming polls in the next 2 days.
Let's also talk about some of the concerns around security. What do we know?
Okay, Dakwa, I'll tell you that as we are coming into Edo State, we came from the Abuja axis. One thing we observed is that from the areas our vehicle passed, we saw a very heavy presence of security personnel. I'll tell you, less than every 5 kilometers, you either see personnel of the Nigeria Police Force or soldiers belonging to the Nigerian Armed Forces. They had mounted strategic, they were mounted at strategic junctions, mounted strategic roadblocks, and were checking all vehicles coming in and out of the state. Remember that the Chief of Defense Staff had earlier assured today that those who want to foment trouble during the polls will not have that opportunity to do so. Also, the Inspector General of Police had read the Riot Act, saying that the police will do all they can to ensure that voters come out en masse and cast their votes in a peaceful and serene environment. Also, the police had gone ahead to disband the Edo State vigilante group suspected of being used by certain politicians to foment trouble. So on the part of security agencies, what we have seen is that they are doing all they can to ensure that the elections are peaceful and credible.
All right, now let's also talk about the residents of the state. What is the political behavior like ahead of this weekend's polls?
Okay, I'll tell you what we saw, because we did not follow the usual routes into Benin City because we heard that the roads were bad. So we had to digress into some communities and we actively saw campaigns ongoing in several communities. We witnessed, we saw members of the All Progressives Congress and we saw members of the Labour Party. You can see, just as we are asking the question, you can see behind me, the two campaigns are still going on. From what we realize is that citizens are anxious and excited to participate in the polls. Somebody described it earlier to us that this election is going to be war. War in the literal sense, not picking up arms to fight themselves. War in the sense that all political parties, the All Progressives Congress, the People's Democratic Party, and even the Labour Party, who are the three frontline parties in Edo State, are doing all they can last minute to be able to woo voters to come and cast their votes in support of them for the Saturday poll.
All right, Amadun Oye, thank you so much for the update. And of course, we will, of course, keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakwa.
All right. At this point, let's bring in our guest, for today's program. Now, I have Osilama Okuofu, is the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning at Edo State. He joins virtually from Edo State. Thank you for joining me, sir. All right. If you can hear me, let's talk about, one of the concerns as regards this particular election, and one of it had to do with security. I remember having interviews on this program with people of the PDP, People's Democratic Party, saying that there were, deep security concerns. But right now we are seeing scenarios where the governor of the state is meeting with security chiefs ahead of the weekend, and assurances are being made that security is adequate on ground and it will be free, smooth, and fair. I would like you to speak on behalf of, the government of the state on this. Are you confident as regards security, concerning this post ahead of Saturday's elections? We sincerely apologize for, of course, taking a while before coming back. We've been trying to, of course, connect with the Edo State Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning. That's in person of Osilama Okuofu. But we have been experiencing network difficulties, and that's why we're unable to bring it back. However, let's get back to this story. Now, Edo State this weekend will kick off, or will have, its governorship election, bringing an end to the 8-year term of the current governor, Godwin Obaseki, of the People's Democratic Party. A lot has happened, in the past weeks, as a build-up to this particular poll. Even on this program, we've had individuals talk, representing the three frontline candidates in this poll. We understand that there are about 17 candidates, but three frontline candidates includes Monday Okpebolo of the All Progressives Congress, that's the APC, Asue Igodalo of the People's Democratic Party, and also Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party. Now, something seems to be pretty much peculiar with these three candidates, particularly two of them, talking about Asue Igodalo and Olumide Akpata. Now, Olumide Akpata and Asue are coming in from the corporate space. As a matter of fact, some have described them as political greenhorns, saying that they have vast experience, in the corporate world. Olumide Akpata was the one-time president of the Nigerian Bar Association, and of course, a very distinguished lawyer. Asue Igodalo is a maverick in the corporate world. He's been chair of boards and also managing director of companies that are doing pretty well. And there they are in the space of politics. Now, for Monday Okpebolo, he's actually, a senator, of a constituency, but this time around is running for the top job in the state. Now, for that of Monday Okpebolo, we've seen him, speak at different public forums, even though many would say that these speeches, have had some sort of gaffes. But one thing is pretty much clear. He has done this side by side with Adams Oshiomhole, one-time governor of the state. Now, for the people of Edo State, this election is a pivotal one, given the fact that many of the opinion that, look, the APC has the federal might, at its backing. That's according to some, which they feel might play, some sort of force in this. While for the state at the moment, the incumbent is the People's Democratic Party. where, of course, we understand that Godwin Obaseki, who used to be a member of the APC, but, jumped ship to the People's Democratic Party, the party itself holding sway in the state, and then the Labour Party, which, of course, is the emerging third force as a result of the influence of Peter Obi. Now, just yesterday, the Labour Party had a grand campaign finale in which we saw its candidate, Olumide Akpata, make daring and bold promises to the people of Edo State. Let's give you a soundbite from what transpired at the campaign of Olumide Akpata.
Do again. 25 years. Labour Party will go bring electricity, lights come Edo State. I will not just talk. See my brother, Deputy Governor of Abia. Lights there about 24 hours. Not be, it not hard like that. Labour Party now for Papa, Mama, Pikin. Anything when concern Papa, Mama, and Pikin, we did there. Orion or local government get the largest gas deposit for Nigeria. And a gas they take do lights. Meanwhile, Orion will never get light for 10 years. Bessie, they corner of River Niger, soap the entire. We don't tell Orion, we are going to do Edo power. We will start from Orion, take around the whole Edo State. Light must be.
Now, the funny thing is this. The Labour Party is, even though we've had quite a number of them on this program, and some have actually denied, has its own internal crisis. With all of this happening yesterday in Edo State, we went on the program live to check if at all this was posted on the official Labour Party's, social media page. This was not reflected. The Labour Party actually has a faction of the Abure, and then, of course, the stakeholders faction, which held a meeting and came up with a committee, a 29-member committee. Now, this committee comprised of Peter Obi, the Abia State Governor, Oti, and of course, Esther Nenadi, who is the chairman of the committee, the 29 panel committee in charge of putting the party, in its, putting it, in top gear, so to speak, as a formidable force. Now, for the Labour Party, aside this internal crisis, some are still saying Olumide Akpata still has a strong chance. For the People's Democratic Party, initially, there was concern around security and intimidation, particularly from the center. There were allegations that some members of the People's Democratic Party in the state were picked up and whisked away to Abuja for crimes which they considered political. Now, to that effect, they did not sign the peace accord. The governor actually made a statement to that effect, saying that the reason they wouldn't sign it is until 10 of their members who were arrested, are released. However, it looks like the governor has switched gears on that, saying that he's pretty much confident on the security architecture, and just recently had meetings with security chiefs in the state ahead of the weekend's polls. Let's listen to part of what was said in that meeting.
The armed forces are here to support you in this election, to make sure that the election is peaceful. Our drive, our mandate from Mr. President is to ensure that it is peaceful, free, fair, and credible. And that is what exactly we're going to do. So everybody you see here is here to ensure that is done, and that's the mandate. And that is why I'm here to also look at it, see the troops and address them critically for them to understand the importance of free, fair, and credible elections. Nobody is to take sides. Whoever it is that is popular and the people want, we want the people to be the ones to select who they want, not who is being imposed on them. So that I can guarantee you. We have done it for other states in the past 3 elections. I'm sure you noticed that it went well. We want to do the same thing here. The days of impunity are over. The election shouldn't be war. People shouldn't die because they want to go and select who they want to vote. So in clear terms, that's why I...
And of course, you saw there Christopher Musa assuring that days of impunity are over. Well, joining me at this time to discuss the polls ahead on Saturday is Ramosele Ehiswan. He's the state coordinator for the Edo Coalition Movement for the Asue Ogie 2024 campaign. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it's great to have you on the program again.
Thank you.
I would just like you to react to what the security chief said in that soundbite that we played a while ago, saying, assuring that come Saturday, the elections will be peaceful and there will not be security concerns. I know that the PDP did express worry in this regard. Are you confident now?
Well, I may not have much to say about that. But like I said in my previous talk and interview on this program, said that some of our members were arrested. You see, and the security architect is not fair. It's been unbiased. So when there is unbiasedness in the security architect of the state, it therefore means that there is no assurance of promoting security by the federal security agent. In recent time, let's say not quite long, we got an information that another of our party chieftain was arrested illegally. We don't know what went on, but I want to tell you that if the security agencies want to promote a free, fair, and credible election, there should be fairness, there should be equity and justice in this process. So sometimes I believe that the people, they are scared. I believe they are scared even in a wide spectrum. They are scared of the candidates that we have presented, which is Dr. Asue Godalo, the PDP candidate, who is a sellable candidate. He's a man that has the people. He's a man that has addressed the people with love, empathy, and compassion. And they know that when they go to the poll on Saturday, without all these shenanigans, certainly they will lose the election. Because Asue Godalo has really presented himself. Before he designed his manifesto, he has met with the 192 wards of Edo State. He has met with the 18 local governments of Edo State and the 3 senatorial districts. The man has presented himself compared to the APC candidate that has nothing to offer. Senator Mondo Kwewolo is a man. When you have a candidate that cannot differentiate between a museum and a zoo,
I'm sorry to come in here, Aromosele. I want to bring you back to one issue that you raised. You said the members that were arrested and that a fresh set of individuals also affiliated with the party, that's the People's Democratic Party, were also arrested. I mean, the initial 10 members, what's the update on them? Are they going to be released? Are they going to be brought to the state to be tried? You know, what's the update on them? And can you shed more light on the new members that you claim have also been arrested again?
Well, we got an information that one of our party chieftains in the Eastern Central, I am an Eastern man, from Eastern West, that is Irekben to be precise. My mother is from Ujeme. So I have a link in Edo Central. An Edo Central chieftain, I got information today, was arrested illegally from the same local government with Senator Mondo Kwewolo. See, I have to confirm, have proper confirmation about that. And those that were arrested, we got information that they have been granted bail. Why have we not seen them? We should be able to see them. See them, they should come around so that we know that they have been arrested. What are they doing?
Sorry, so that we get this, we get some sort of clarity to this. You said you got information that those initially arrested, the 10 of them have been granted bail, but you haven't seen them.
We have not seen them. They've been granted bail. We got information that they've been granted bail, but we have not seen them. So what are we not talking about? Like I said in my previous talk here, I said the APC they are trying to promote insecurity. You know, their candidate in one of the interview, he said that I will provide insecurity for you people. That is Senator Mondo Kwewolo. I will provide you with insecurity. So it means that the insecurity that they promised the Edo State people, they have started providing security. See, if the let's say chief of defense staff or chief of minister is brought to Edo State, what are you coming here to do when you know quite well that illegal arrest has been taken on people? So are you telling us that you're going to ensure free, fair, and credible election? You're going to ensure security. Let's say security. Let me look at security because it is part of security. You're talking about security. Then, when you talk about security, the security architect must be unbiased, must be activated to deliver security to every nook and cranny of the state, not on one side. I made a statement sometime that relating to the airport road saga, where some persons were seen with firearms, and these persons are APC people. They were published in a newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper, and they were displayed on social media. What has the security architect done about it, the security agency? Go and arrest the criminals. Don't come and take people that and start linking them to that crime. Like
all right, Romasele, I'm sorry. I understand that we need to go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, of course, we'll pick up from there. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course we are discussing matters arising ahead of the forthcoming polls in Edo State. I still have my guest with me, Edo Usman. Now, Edo, thank you for staying with me. Now, quick one. We know that ahead of Saturday, INEC has more than 5,000 bimodal voter accreditation systems and other sensitive materials which arrived, in the state today amidst tight security. We know that just a little above 2 million plus voters, have been registered and have even picked their PVCs. I'd like you to speak on INEC's preparedness ahead of Saturday.
Well, Dapo, you could recall that the INEC is a federal agency that is established by the federal government through the Act of Parliament. I want to also tell you that for the INEC to ensure free, fair, and credible elections in Edo State, every relevant political party that is participating in this election must have access to viewing the materials. The agent must have access to view the material before they are taken to the polling unit. And even if they are taken to the polling unit, the polling agent should also view the materials. And also the gadget which is supposed to be used for the election must be checked to know whether there is any act that is before the election, any act that may violate electoral laws or rules before the election. I think that is where we can talk about credibility. And also when the election is conducted, the various agents must be allowed to get to where the collation of the result, which would take place from the various units and the unit collation center. Then we get to the ward collation center, down to the local government collation center. And all these agents must be present there. And when the collation is done, there should not be any shenanigans or any act that they will like to maybe go at the backyard or their back door before they can come and announce results.
All right.
The results should be announced.
I'm sorry, but we really need to go.
When the collation is done, the results should be announced adequately.
Ramasele, thank you so much for your time on the program. I apologize, but we really need to go. Ramasele Usman is the state coordinator for the Edo Coalition Movement for Asue Oge 2024. Once again, thank you for your time on the program. Well, at this point, this is where we drop the curtain. In case you missed out, you can catch up on our YouTube platform. That's News Central TV. You can also follow us there across social media. You can follow me personally at Dakbo, at Digboyi. Until I come your way again, good night.